Hi, welcome back. Today's episode is on anxiety. If you're not sure what anxiety is, it's kind of like that feeling something bad is about to happen at any second, most of the time without reason. So I'm hoping in this video I can help you to start to relieve some of your anxiety. So anxiety for me started out as a little kid, just being in situations, being around people, going places that I didn't necessarily want to go, talking to people I didn't necessarily want to talk to. When you're a kid, you're typically forced to talk to these people that you don't necessarily know. You don't know why you've got to talk to them. You don't know what to talk to them about. As a lot of us grow, our anxiety continues. Sometimes our anxiety gets worse, depending on if there's a traumatic situation. Sometimes that anxiety is just natural. A lot of people grow up having anxiety, have always had anxiety, have not learned how to adjust to these different situations. A lot of the situations that made me anxious, especially when I was growing up, being in school, around other kids, around girls. I got picked on and made fun of a lot in school. I didn't seem to get a lot of dates. I didn't think the girls liked me, honestly. Come to find out later, a lot of them did. And, a few of them even told me they were surprised that I didn't like them back, and I said I had no clue that you were interested. I was too shy to get to know someone as a friend back then. I really struggled to make a connection with people and to really try and understand that this is just another human being. This is someone that I can have a conversation with. I don't have to have this person like me, but the way that I choose to treat them should be more important. I didn't have these thoughts when I was a kid. I wish that I had. I wish I had a better understanding of life back then. Even today, I still get into situations where I'm very anxious. Usually it's a more dangerous situation today, something that's causing me to question my choices of being in a certain place. But in most general situations, in all the places that I used to deal with a lot of anxiety, I've been able to work through that. A big part of that was learning about myself and other people. One of the biggest things I learned was that I can't control other people. I didn't cause other people to be the way that they are. I can't change other people. Therefore, there's nothing I can do about other people, but there is something that I can do about myself. One of the choices that I've made was to try and do things that make me uncomfortable. And I still try to do one of those things every day. As a matter of fact, today I asked a bunch of friends if they wanted to go out to eat. There's no reason why that should cause somebody anxiety to ask your friends to go out and eat, but it does. That's something that's not easy for me to do. I want to hang out with people. I want to see my friends. I enjoy spending time with my friends. But the thought of having to go and sit down and be face to face with people, that's something that's always caused me anxiety. I know that for many years I avoided certain situations because of my anxiety. I know it held me back from accomplishing things that I wanted to accomplish, from doing things that I wanted to do. It's something that was very, very debilitating for me for a very long time. And so today, when I practice doing these things that make me uncomfortable, when I go out of my way to do these things that make me uncomfortable, I get a little closer to being able to move away from that anxiety in certain situations. By doing that, I've gotten to the point where I can literally turn it off like a switch. Doesn't necessarily mean the anxiety is completely gone, but I don't have to deal with it at that time. I've trained myself, I've trained my brain to say, not in this situation. This is an enjoyable situation. I'm doing this because I want to do it. I'm doing it because it's a challenge. So I give myself little bits of motivation, some purpose. And when I'm able to look at it in that light, I, I tend to have a lot less anxiety. Doesn't mean it's not going to pop up in some of these situations, but that's when I just in my head go, you're okay. You're in this situation. It's not a problem. I used to go to these meetings, and they were fairly casual meetings. And I was telling my therapist about it, and I said I get so nervous, like I just get so claustrophobic being in there, and my anxiety goes through the roof, and I just wish I could get out of there. And she looked at me and said, "Why don't you just get up and step out of the room for a minute?" That thought had never occurred to me. I didn't think I was allowed to do that. I mean, I'm allowed to do whatever I'd like. If I want to get up and step out of the room because I'm feeling anxiety, I can do that. So if you're in a situation where you're feeling uncomfortable, you're feeling anxiety, get up for a moment. Go to the restroom. Go get some fresh air for a minute. Do something to kind of bring yourself back and think about that situation. Think about whether you're in a bad situation. Think about whether it's actually hurting you. Think about whether you're hurting anyone else. Chances are you're going to find that there's nothing bad about the situation that you're in, that you are okay. And you can start to build these toolkits to take with you in life, to start to deal with anxiety, to find ways to break through so you can do the things you want to do, so you can go to the places that you want to go, see the people you want to see. So think about different ways that you can build your own toolbox, putting yourself in situations that you know are going to make you uncomfortable, but you're doing it on purpose. You're putting yourself in a controlled environment. Knowing that it is okay to take that personal time you need. Knowing that it's okay to take care of yourself and not have to focus on others. A great chart out there, I guess a chart is probably the best way to do it, but it's Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and it talks about these basic things that we need. We need fresh air, we need to use the bathroom, we need to eat, we need to do certain things. When we've got anxiety, when we've got other mental health challenges, we've got certain things that we need to do. And if stepping out of the room is one of them, that's perfectly fine. If you have to leave, you have to leave. That's okay too. But just know that you're okay to do the things that are going to make you feel okay. It's okay to have those safety nets. So the next time you're in a situation where you're starting to feel anxious, remember, you've started to build this toolkit. You've started to put things together. They're going to help you out. You've started to put yourself in situations that make you uncomfortable on purpose, so that when you're in a natural situation that makes you uncomfortable, you're a little more prepared. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this was helpful. We'll talk to you again soon.